Oh, I love doing the celery videos. I bloody love celery. Lush. Hi everyone, welcome back to the JR Kitchen and the next instalment of our videos looking at the JR 8000 S4 self-feeding slow juicer. We're looking at why this machine is now currently one of the best machines on the market, one of the most efficient machines you can buy. We're going to be looking at juicing celery today. The reason we're doing this is because so many people are juicing celery for the wonderful properties that this lovely green vegetable holds. Anti-inflammatory, is so good for so many different diseases of our Western society. And basically, every day we're looking at ways to improve juicing celery and make it easier for you to do, because it's a well-known fact that it's one of the hardest things you can juice. It's got strings inside there that wrap around all the parts in a juicer. And since the dawn of time of slow juicing, celery has been very, very difficult. It can clog machines. We have to normally dice it up and chop it very small in order for it to go through, which is fine. It actually works fine that way. You're chopping it up, putting it through. It's not great hardship, but we're always looking at ways to make things easier. So we've got half a kilo of celery here. They're not full stalks, full length. Maybe 2/3 of the length, maybe 3/4, 2/3 of the length. And the reason for that is that, as I've said in previous videos, the bowl that we have on the S4 is still, or on any self-feeding machine, is still a certain size. So if you had the whole stalk, it's going to come out the top. You could feed it through individually, but the idea of this is to show how piling it all in to the S4 and then standing back and watching will just still do the trick. So in each of these videos, I'll show you how to assemble it, because it's very, very simple. We just have the bowl going on, auger going in, and the juicing bowl going on top. I say it every time, it's probably the easiest machine on the market you can assemble, because the strainer is attached to the feeding bowl. There is no separate strainer, there's no rotating basket, and that obviously, not obviously, but that of course, therefore makes an even purer juice, because the less friction and the less movement you've got, the gentler the machine is being on the food, the purer the juice. So this is making not only juicing extremely easy, but is also making one of the purest juices you can buy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the lid straight open. As I say, I've got 500 grams of celery here. I may have nibbled a bit of that one because I love celery. But I'm just going to basically, I'm not chopping it up anymore. They've basically been cut down to the size of the bowl. As I said, if you had the whole stalk, you could stand here and feed it through, but if you put it in, it's going to come out the top there. You could stand here and put in individually one at a time. It's up to you, that's absolutely fine. But I'm just going to absolutely throw these in, see how this comes out. If I just force it all in. Now this is as forced in as I possibly can. I think I can get it all in, and then I'll just shut the lid. I'm squeezing that in. I don't recommend juicing this way, but again, as I've done in all the videos, I'm sort of extreme testing the S4 here to show you what it can do. Everything's in. I'll keep this handy just in case. I've said in the previous video, it's not necessarily a pusher. It is used as a pusher. If food gets stuck, you can still push it, but it's more if food is getting stuck around the sides, leaves, things like that. The rubber piece on there, you can just sort of scoop and help at the end, help the food into the auger so you're not wasting anything. So essentially, that's basically full to the brim. And if I turn the machine on now, let's see how it handles the extreme celery test. Let's go. Here we go. So in other machines, you would find that everything would wrap around the auger. I've said it in previous videos, I can keep talking while this machine's on because it's very, very quiet. But we should start to see the celery pulp coming out nice and easy. The internal structures of the machine have been changed completely compared to other slow juicing machines. The way that the tab goes in used to go in sort of sideways. but that meant that the pulp would have to go down, change direction and come out, which caused clogs. Now the tab goes in upwards. It's very easy to put in and out, and also means there's no change of direction for the pulp, which means it then comes out easier, you see. So far so good. If you want to help it out a little bit, you can, but you can basically just stand here and watch it. It's clearly going through and it's working a treat. The strainer on the machine, I've got the cap closed. There you go, look at this. Wondered why the juice wasn't coming out, had the cap closed. That's one way you can juice if you want. When you're mixing all the foods together, you can juice with the cap closed. Once it's opened up, that's going to be extremely smooth juice with very few bits inside that juice, because the 3-in-1 strainer system on this is actually has the, as I mentioned in the previous video, the small holes, the medium holes and the large holes, which handle all the different foods to give you the smoothest juice you can possibly get from all the different foods in terms of softness and hardness and fibrousness and so on. You don't have to change the auger, it will handle everything. So that is actually already, in just a couple of minutes, nearly done half a kilo of celery. I can see it's nearly gone through. It's just got maybe 1 or 2 more sticks. The pulp is coming out still. It's slowing down a little bit now because there's only a couple of sticks left in there and they've nearly already been taken in. I can just see them being taken through now, and it's still coming out. The pulp is coming out a little bit clumped because I put so much volume in. But that is half a kilo of celery in one go, and it's all gone through. There is one little twig, one little stick that has just got stuck at the side of the auger. So I've put my little rubber bit in and just flick that in. I said in the previous videos, no harm in switching the machine off, flicking the lid undone, just maneuvering the bit of food. I'll take it off and show you. No, I can't take it off and show you because I won't be able to get the celery in. But if I actually just maneuver that in, put the lid back down, turn the machine on, there we go. It's taken that last bit of celery, just had to maneuver it, just got stuck by the side of the auger. That's half a kilo of celery, just gone through the machine in just a couple of minutes. And normally you'd have to chop that into little bits, put it in bit by bit, hope that it didn't get stuck. There's absolutely, now I will show you this bit. So that's done, that's gone through. So what I'll do, I'm not sure if you can see this on camera, but if I now take that apart, remove that off. So just a couple of bits in there. If I take this auger out, with long stalks of celery like that, in other slow juicers on the market, if they haven't changed their internal structures like we have with the JR 8000S4 machine, them strings are going to clog in the outlet and they're going to wrap around the auger, not only making cleaning disgracefully difficult, but also making it that your juice is going to come out with more bits in. It's going to make it that your machine might clog, you might have to stop, bring the food back up and go back down. But if I take the auger off, you'll see there's a little bit of celery around the bottom of the auger. I probably could have run it through a little bit longer, another 30 seconds, probably would have just cleared that. But there'll always be a little bit of food around the auger anyway. It's still been pressed. But if you look at the top of the auger, there's no long strings wrapped around that. I'll just go to the camera. There's no long strings wrapped around it. So the internal structures of this machine have pushed through 500 grams of long sticks of celery. And that, if I put that back in, the proof is in the pudding. If you haven't seen the cleaning video, watch it, because you'll see that this will take about 2 minutes to clean up. But the proof's in the pudding. Hold it up there. Now, one of the main complaints or bugbears of slow juicing in the past has been that the juice would have a lot of bits in. Some people like it with bits, some people don't. I don't mind it, to be fair. But some people who prefer a smoother juice or have children who won't drink a juice that has a lot of bits in. This juice, let me test. Oh, that is one delicious celery juice. No, I like celery, so I like the taste of that. If you're not into celery juicing, then keep going with it because it's an acquired taste, but I think it's delicious. As I've said in the previous video, you will get some bits. It is impossible to get a juice that has no bits in. It is impossible. We're doing manually pressing, slow pressing juicing here. So some bits are always going to go in. But compared to older, I said this before, compared to older slow juicers, even ours, others on the market from other brands, this is getting to be as smooth as it can be. Now there is hardly any bits in this. And that is about as smooth a celery juice as you're going to get. There was maybe, I don't know, 400 milliliters of juice there. Let's have a quick look. Let's pour that back in. I've taken a couple of mouthfuls. Yeah, 350 mils of celery juice. And it's all gone through very easily with absolutely no interference from me other than a little poke with my rubber bit. And again, I think you'll agree. If you're introducing celery and you're using celery as a way to help with your general health and well-being, or to help with an existing ailment or disease or something like that, or you just love celery like I do, there really is no other machine that can juice it as efficiently as the 8000S4 self-feeding slow juicer. So I thoroughly recommend it, not only for all food and fruits and vegetables, I should say, but for celery especially. That video clearly showed how easy it is for this machine. Thank you very much and see you again soon.